Since 2005, when the RMB was depegged with the US dollar, it has appreciated by over 30%. Now, it continues the momentum of depreciation. What's behind this process of depreciation?
Well, this is where you get into accusations of currency manipulation, and there are different ways to read that. And rather than try to maybe settle that argument, I think what's happening is the Chinese government is looking at an economic slowdown in markets that it's traded with in the past. So Europe and the U.S. is even slowing some, and it's concerned about its own competitiveness. So it would make sense in a managed currency float, which is what the RMB has, to depreciate a bit after having appreciated, as you said, a very large percentage over the last 5 years.
We have collected up to $4 trillion
right.
over the past 2 decades since we entered into the WTO in 2005. Do you think the current momentum of depreciation of RMB will help improve the balance of trade between China and the U.S.?
Well, actually, I mean, in that sense, it's more towards China's favor and actually would signal an imbalance where China is able to export more goods to the U.S. market. However, there's also an argument that's sometimes made that let other countries devalue their currency if you're a developed economy like the U.S. or Europe. Why? Because then your consumers can buy goods more cheaply. So it's not necessarily a net negative for the U.S. When U.S. Political leaders talk about currency manipulation negatively, it's because they're concerned for U.S. manufacturing jobs primarily. At the same time, they're overlooking U.S. consumers and U.S. service sector jobs, which aren't affected in that sense.
The Saudis are determined to maintain their market shares by not reducing the amount of their oil production output. Does this mean that, for example, China will take advantage of the current rivalry by using RMB to settle the oil trade?
Well, I mean, it could
because we have become the biggest player in the Middle East, other than the U.S. The U.S. has come back to rely on its shale gas revolution.
Right, that's right. That's certainly an opportunity for China. You're absolutely correct. I mean, what the U.S. has done, and this is part of the U.S. economy, it's very technology-driven. And the shale oil boom is a reflection of that, where now we're one of the world's, in fact, I think we just recently became the world's largest net exporters. We surpassed the Middle Eastern countries. So in the case of Saudi Arabia, what they're doing vis-a-vis the U.S., it could provide an interesting opportunity for China to now come in through its acquisitions of oil and use the renminbi as the currency of choice.